After this turbulent year, we have to look at unity. How are we going to move forward together? For that answer, I gathered community members at the new Linden Community Center for a conversation about our next steps. It's nearly impossible to look forward to 2021 without spending some time reflecting on 2020. What was last year like for you and those around you?
Last year was, I think, difficult for all of us, be it personally and professionally. And I think we were all trying to figure out how to navigate this new world of COVID. What I'm grateful for is I think this city, this community is resilient. And because of hope, because of resilience, we're able to figure it out. We're able to have these difficult, hard, challenging conversations with each other and try to grow as individuals and as people. And that's what gives me so much hope, not just through 2020, but for the future.
The state, the city, and the county came together. At the beginning, all you guys were just clicking, talking about the same things, getting the same information, and I thought that was great. We're an essential operation, so we knew we had to stay open because to serve our clients. And we got the information from the city, from the Columbus Public Health Department, CDC and all, and was able to go forward. So that part was very inspiring for me, but it did point out that divisiveness that's here in this country, and a lot of us said we're going to do something about that. And I just think that was the ray of sunshine or hope, or however you want to call that came from this.
These inequities didn't happen overnight. How did we get here?
Well, it's hard growing up as a young Black person here in America. Like, I can't walk into a store without someone looking at me weird. Like, one time I walked into this gas station, the worker was following me around thinking that I might steal something. It's hard for you to feel like somebody thinks of you that way, that they can't trust you. And I feel like education, along with coming together, is one step to make our community more safe for Black Americans and for the rest of the world.
One of the most interesting and hopeful things about all of the protests that took place this past summer is that they weren't church-led, and they weren't being led by, frankly, anyone over 25 years old.
My generation, I feel like we haven't gone through the civil rights movement, so I think that we were kind of complacent in what this pandemic did for me, at least, because I was out on the front line. It put this fire up under my butt to really do the work and not lose momentum. And I hope that we continue this momentum in the days and years to come.
I've thought for a long time that what is that moment that defines our generation? When I was growing up, there was the Iraq War and then the war on terrorism, but that was always out there. And unless you were from a military family, that didn't really affect you. Mm-hmm. And so, what is that? World War I, World War II, the movement in the 60s, the civil rights movement. This is our moment.
How can we, as America's Opportunity City, move to a prosperous future for every resident that builds back better together than we were before the pandemic hit?
We belong to each other in this really clear way. At the same time, we felt the pang, the loss of being separated physically from one another. Mm-hmm. All of these things are interconnected, and the health and well-being of one part of the city is connected to the health and well-being of another part. We will only be able to tackle these systemic issues if we remember that interconnectedness. Mm. Not that we're all the same. Mm-hmm. We're not. And in fact, that's one of the best parts of Columbus. But at the same time, we are interconnected and we belong to one another. Mm.
For me, I saw, grocery workers, those jobs that we took for granted, how impactful they are, not just through a pandemic, but now that we're in this new space, I want to see us honoring our pharmacists, our frontline workers in a way.
Our custodians.
Absolutely, and celebrate them, even when we go back to opening our doors, to remember the humanity of those individuals and never go backwards.
I don't want to go back to normal. I want to honor the 500,000+ people that lost their lives over this past year. I want to honor George Floyd and his family and Breonna Taylor and so many others. And this is hard work, right? But we need to stick with it. We can't have a short attention span. We need to stay focused on this and not go back to normal, because if we can figure this out, there's so much opportunity. But we have to address these systemic challenges that have been with us longer than any of us have been alive.
I think with the generation that we have now, especially with the youth that I'm part of, Columbus will be a very unique place because every youth brings something different to the table. Someone might bring ideas about beauty standards, another person might bring an idea about religion, school, racism. And I feel like if we all stay open-minded to these ideas and forget things that we've been taught, whether it's about racism that's been embedded in our families for generations, we'd have a chance to expand our wings as Columbus, and also in hopes of spreading them to other parts of Ohio and maybe even the rest of the country. If we stay open-minded and aware and educated of all these topics, that the future of Columbus will really be out there and bright.
Thanks to each and every one of you, and look forward to working with you together.